Hi, everybody. Lori here, and happy Stamptember to you. I don't know if you've seen the brand new 6 inks that they just came out for the Stamptember release. That brings a total to 32 in the whole collection. It's massive. Okay, so here's my ink drawer. I wanted to show you my system. These are all my Simon inks. These are all Hero Arts. These are all paper tray. And here's some miscellaneous like VersaFine and VersaMark and Stays On and some other extra ones that don't quite fit into any specific design team. I've got my Mama Elephant here, and here's all my beloved Distress. And then there's some more miscellaneous because I'm starting to run out of room and I'm tucking stuff in wherever I can find a spot. And then the very back, I have some old Stampin' Up! Inks that I don't hardly use anymore, but I can't bear to get rid of. Okay, so I needed to find a system that worked for me because I'm on like 4 different design teams. They all have inks. Well, not all of them, but 3 of them have their own collection of inks. And so when I'm working for specific assignments, for example, when I'm working for Simon's to Stamp, I want to work with just the Simon ink. So I need to know how all the colors relate to one another. So here's, for example, the brand new Coral Reef color. I needed to see how that related among the Simon exclusive inks. So you can see here how that relates to the rest of the existing colors. And now here's Dull Pink. And so this is what I did. I took out all my Simon inks and I just started scratching them on a piece of scratch paper. And that one was like really juicy. You can see that that midnight green just like dripped all over the rest, but whatever. This is just for me to find out how all the colors went together. Here's another new one. This is Beanstalk Green. You can see how that is with the next to the green apple. And then here's Sunshine, and I'm working on the yellows because there's a new one called Golden Locks. There it is, Golden Locks. Now I don't even have the regular ink pads yet with the regular labels. These are just for me to try. I wanted to see how the Golden Locks fit in with the yellow. So what I did was I created this chart. I got the idea from my Distress Ink one. Now you can get this off of the Ranger website. They have a Distress Ink chart, which I love, love, love. So I put all my Distress inks on that chart, and I thought I'm going to do something like that with my Simon Says ink. So I took one of these circle dots from the Lots of Dots, one that fit into the square well. Now I'm going to start with my lightest colors. This is important. These inks stain like a booger. Okay, so you want to start with your light one. So Lemon Chiffon, and then now here's that new one, Golden Locks. You can see how it stays in that same family with the yellow. So you've got the Sunshine, the Golden Locks, and the Lemon Chiffon. And you can see how they work together. And this is really important for me to know how all these colors work together. And I think it's important for you too. Now you can see what kind of gaps you have within your inks and what you're wanting and what you love and what maybe you don't think you need. And so this is what I did, and it's working for me very well. Now if they add more colors, that's going to be a blessing and a curse because I'm going to be so excited about new colors, but then I'm going to have to redo my chart. But it's okay. It'll be worth it. And I'll definitely have to go back over again and see where the new colors fit in with the existing. Now, this is one thing I really wanted to point out. When you're doing something like this, you have got to clean your stamp really, really well, especially when you're working. So I just stamped that really dark green. And now if I go into any reds or pinks or blue, it's going to get on there. It will transfer and you're not going to get a true color. So I even put some really stamp cleaner on there and I'm stamping it off on scratch paper. And then I even ink it up and stamp it off on scratch paper several times until I get a really true bright coral reef color. I want to make sure that it's true and it's not distorted by the dark green at all. Okay, so you can see how that coral reef fits into the reds and oranges. I love having a reference like this, and I will go back to it time and time again. Every time I'm working with my Simon stuff, I like to just see the Simon inks and how they all work together. And very, very useful for me. I like to have one for my Simon inks, for my Distress inks. I also have one for my paper tray inks, and I need to make one for my Mama Elephant. Look, I smudged it on the side. So typical that I do all this work and then get a big smudge on the side. Okay, so here's the new ones you can see. Look at the Malibu. I love it, love it, love it. Caribbean blue. My daughter pointed at the Audrey blue. She loves the Audrey blue. Okay, so here's what it looks like when it's just about done. Now I've got one that's empty. If you want to print that off and use it for yourself, feel free to do that. Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy Stamptember. Enjoy the rest of the blog hop, and I will see you next time.